This is Peggy Peck at the American Heart Association in Orlando, and speaking with Dr. Richard Karras, an investigator with the Seacoast trial. Interesting trial because it combines a lipid-lowering agent, simvastatin, with an extended-release niacin, which of course boosts HDL. And can you tell us a bit about this strategy in the Seacoast trial?
The strategy in the Seacoast trial is to use this new combined tablet, including both the simvastatin component and the extended-release niacin component, to look at the safety of those two compounds used in combination and the efficacy in terms of improvement in a wide variety of components of the cholesterol profile.
So more than 600 patients were enrolled in the trial.
Yes.
And they were on the dose of the therapy in the single.
Well, part of the way you have to use the niacin is you have to titrate the dose up. So part of the Seacoast trial is looking at two different titration approaches, and also two different levels of the simvastatin component. And so the design of the trial is relatively complicated to go into the details, but thankfully the sort of overall results are relatively straightforward, and those are: you get the expected reduction in LDL from simvastatin alone. You actually get, which most people don't talk a lot about, but you also get a very nice LDL reduction from the niacin component, and that LDL reduction is close to the LDL reduction you get with ezetimibe, with Zetia. And then the additional parts that you don't get with those other combinations is you get HDL raising somewhere in the range of 20 to 25%, and you get triglyceride lowering as well, again somewhere in the range of about 30%. Now that we're done being so excited and patting ourselves on the back of doing such a wonderful job with statins alone, we realized that somewhere between 60 and 70% of cardiovascular events continue to occur even in patients treated aggressively with statins. So that leaves a very large residual risk, is what people are referring to that as, even in statin-treated patients. And it's very clear from a long history of population-based studies and these kind of subgroup analyses from TNT and other studies that individuals who on top of that have low levels of HDL or high levels of triglycerides, that a substantial proportion of that residual risk is contributed by those lipid abnormalities that are not well treated with the statins alone. So the really ideal patients are individuals at higher risk and those who have elevated LDL, low HDL, and or elevated triglycerides. And I want to emphasize that idea of just high-risk individuals, because our whole approach from the national guidelines, from the National Cholesterol Education Program, are you target the level of aggressiveness or the level of intensity of the risk-lowering intervention to the overall risk of the patient. And so they really, from those two categories, high-risk individuals and those with multiple lipid abnormalities.
Now, this combination, although both of the elements of the combination are approved, the combination pill is not yet approved. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that process underway?
It is, yeah. So the FDA is currently reviewing the submission to approve this combination. And what I'm told, I don't have insight from the FDA, but what I'm told is the anticipation is for spring '08.
Ah, okay.
So it's coming quickly.
Coming quickly. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Karras. You've been very helpful.
My pleasure.